NEWSWIRE. We'll wait for that to. Okay, it is. So retype that all in like I told you to.
So erase everything?
Yeah, erase that and redo that. So we're just, for those of you watching on YouTube, we're firing up the show and get ready to, you can type right, yeah, do the title in.
See how he talks to us? I know.
We're getting,
All capitalized already.
yeah, just roll it in there.
Why don't you have her copy and...
It won't do that on here.
Like that, right?
It's good enough, just keep going. You don't have to be perfect.
I forgot the whole title.
I thought you wrote it down.
Such a great boss. I'm just kidding. You're fantastic, baby bro.
No, that's NEWSWIRE Daily.
That's what I was
Just with Stephanie and Roy on the title. Now regular letters.
okay. For that one?
Yes, with Stephanie and Roy.
S-T-E-P-H.
Stephanie and Roy.
A-N-I-E.
Back it up.
I forgot the wait. Oh, I forgot the H.
There was a fire today?
Yeah.
Then I had my phone for like 3 hours. You would have been proud.
Here, I got the M.
Stephanie,
So
yeah, just do
loud.
Stephanie and Roy. You're on the caps lock.
Ah!
Okay, back it up. And Roy. Okay, just correct that and put the news, put the W in there. Let me do it. I'll get it.
Elf on the shelf.
The H.
Okay, so we're going to do start broadcast. So when we do that, now we're on live on NEWSWIRE as I get the camera on right.
No,
There's,
why are you doing that
Stephanie's
one?
up on there
Wha-
on
hey
that.
now.
Ha ha ha! We're doing that. I'm
Like
back
when you pop
here
socket?
on camera 3 with Lucy, and I'm showing her how to run the board, going across on there. So that's why you're seeing that up on the deal. So there's Stephanie
Stop
looking
with the
at her
damn
phone.
big camera.
on
I'm
that.
blocking my face.
No, a
It's
lot of
zoomed
that.
in.
So you want that? How's that? There's
Oh,
the
way
wide
better.
shot
Okay.
of that. So I'm going to do that just.
Dude!
So yes,
hate
we're
that
back
close
here
up.
on that. Again, we're
Horrible.
coming to you live on NEWSWIRE Daily with Stephanie and Roy, and Lucy's in here learning how to run the board. So we're just going to kind of float through the stuff in about 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Ron Stein will call in, and he's going to give us an update on the fires and all the stuff that's really been going on that. But man, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Answer the phone. That's probably Ron calling in right now. A lot of stuff going in on the NEWSWIRE on there of that. So you might hear. We're all having a.
You're
lot of
going to
fun.
hear.
Yeah, you're going to
Lucy
hear a little bit
Roy
of stuff
yelling
as we're
at
doing the
everybody.
training session on that. So give
He's
me.
such a delight to work for.
Yes, I am.
And I'm in on a Thursday when I'm normally not in.
I'm in on that. Yes, because we need somebody to sit behind the host chair while I'm back here. Is Ron on? You think he hung up? If
Ron,
Ron's
if
out
you're
there,
watching, call
please,
back.
yes, please call back in, and we'll see if we can get you back on the.
So
If-
it's hold then the button.
Yes, you got to hit the hold button before you hit the that
The whole button.
on the.
I feel so
on that.
lonely
Yes,
by myself. I'm
we
not
almost
dodging
had
hands
Ron
or
on, but
anything.
we had a little mix up on that. Hopefully, Ron calls back on there.
I think you will.
Of that, but no, a lot of stuff going on up and down all across
Didn't
the
you
board.
say yesterday that there's only 7 Saturdays until Christmas?
7?
Yeah. Isn't that what you said?
I don't know, but
I feel like
one of
that's
the
a
things
lot.
that we do have a video of that, and something you'll probably be very interested in, is
7 Saturdays till Christmas crowd.
is a that's yeah. See, if we can do that. Maybe we gotta. Yeah, see how it's much different when you do
It's
that.
yeah.
Put him on hold. Now hit that button. Yes, correctly. So yeah, now I think we may have Ron up on the board. Ron Stein has has been around. We've had devastating fires all across California, and it's been it's been mainly, in my view, government policy that's caused all this. And I've said it many times that we have the fires, the lives lost, most importantly, in the property destruction, which has been in the billions, if not trillions, of dollars of property destruction in California across the board, and the lives lost in property damage is solely at the politicians and government officials that have done that. But Ron Stein, do we have you on the line? You're on with Stephanie and Roy on IE Business Daily. Welcome to the show.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
You got it.
She was so nervous she didn't know if she did it or
Yeah, well, you got it. Yeah,
Good job, Lucy.
We're training a new producer in here to get the photo. We actually hung up on poor Ron, but he was gracious enough to call back on that. But did you hear my little monologue in there? And tell us what
Yes.
if you think I'm on pace or what's your take on this whole fire thing?
No, you're right on. It all began back in 2012 when the Obama administration rewrote the forestation regulations. And so now the utility companies, which used to have a right-of-way and control what was in the right-of-way, now cannot control what's in the right-of-way. When people are moving into the forest because, housing is expensive, people are moving further and further out, and they're moving into the forest. Well, the utility company's got to take the power to them. And today they can't even cut down a dead tree. And the situation is, over the years, we have a lot of fuel for the fires. We have the forestation, which we can't manage like we used to. And then, builders are building wood tinderboxes in the forest. And then, it's shared responsibility. And then the homeowners don't do as much as they possibly could to, quote, try and fireproof their house. There's no sprinklers on the roof. And so anyhow, it's a shared responsibility. But it all starts out with there's just too much fuel out there. And the governor, his solution is more litigation and to take over the utility companies. Well, when he's done with all that stuff, the fuel's still going to be there for the next, spark, the next homeless fire, or the next lightning strike. No one's taking any action to get rid of the fuel or minimize the fuel.
You're singing my tune, and I think wasn't it the firefighters and the utility companies a lot over the years have been begging our legislature, governor, to let us clean these areas out, put fire breaks in, so if something does happen, these fires don't. We know. Fires have been going on since the recorded history. They're going to start for whatever reason. Accidents happen, lightning strikes, whatever. But we have to have these fire breaks, and we have to maintain our forest areas and areas, especially around these utility lines. So if something happens, that as back in the day when we did this, when the fires broke out, they were more easily contained, and they did not cause massive loss of life and property damage.
You're absolutely right. If you control the fuel, you control the fire. Because basically, if there's no fuel, there would be no fire. And that's what the utility companies used to be able to do. They would basically have control of what was in the right-of-way. The railroads have a right-of-way, and they control what's in the right-of-way. But, it's, the overhead lines, they get exposed to all that stuff, and it's just atrocious, for the people who have to live out there.
Yes, and again, hopefully, and I think the one thing, and I'm really impressed, and I'll get your take on it, was with Donald Trump in that, and he came out with a series of tweets, I think, on Sunday and said, you know what, California, we're not bailing you out anymore on this stuff. You're not getting any more money. Because you're not doing that. You're on your own basically, and maybe this state needs some tough love like that to maybe finally get the impetus to straighten this situation out. What do you say, Ron?
Well, California despises everything that comes out of Washington. And I'm really surprised the Obama regulations on forestation control is being recognized by California instead of being challenged by California. I would think California would be the first one to challenge anything that came out of Washington. So we have to wait and see. As an engineer, I look at it, give you an example. It's like we have a sinking boat. Now you got two choices. You can plug the leak in the boat, or you bring a bigger sump pump in to evacuate the water. Well, that's what we're doing with the forest fires. Instead of getting rid of the fuel, if you fix the problem and minimize the fuel, you don't have to keep pouring money in. And that's where I guess Trump is coming from, because every time there's a fire, California says, hey, we need money to, get these people into housing. And he's fed up with it. And I would think the citizens would be fed up with it before Trump is.
Yes, it is, and it's it's an incredulous situation. What is your take on it, or what do you think about the odds are that California is really going to get its head out of its rear end and actually start putting a policy in that's going to stop these wildfires? Or, as some have explained, maybe they're trying to break Southern California Edison, PG&E, San Diego Gas and Electric. And I've heard strategies that maybe the state wants to take over the whole power grid, and all I got to do is sit back to the early 2000s and the whole electricity debacle in them. If you want the state of California running our utilities, we might as well pack it in right now. But have you heard anything like that?
Well, you're right. I mean, if the state takes over the utility companies, I'm packing my bags and getting out, because the state cannot react as quickly as utility companies need to react, because they got to send people out to fix lines and fix fires, and they have to do that right away. They have to go through committees and take weeks to make a decision. No, it would be a disaster, because the government cannot move as fast as required to service the needs of the people. And are you saying are we going to come out of this? No, not with the current governor. His philosophy is litigation and and more controls. And in fact, he's even applied a fee. He got a bill signed that's going to basically require the customers to put in like $10 billion into a slush fund, so when they do incur another fire, they'll be able to pay it. And he doesn't look at the fuel. That is not in his eyesight. And so until he does, nothing's going to change. It's just going to get worse and worse. And utility companies up and down the state got the same problems. Edison, Southern California, San Diego Gas and Electric. I was down in San Diego doing a TV interview, and I saw it on the San Diego channels, the different areas down there that were getting notices about a possible, outage because of the fires and the winds. And it's up and down the state. And, like I say, the rates that customers pay is set by the government. The Public Utility Commission sets the rates. The utility company doesn't.
Yes, and the PUC commission is probably another. If there is something that probably needs reformed or something to do all this stuff, I mean, it's just a whole debacle of a mess that we've gotten us into on this stuff. If I was to put you as czar, king, or whatever to straighten all this stuff out, give me your top 3 things you would do to start alleviating these problems we've had, not only with the wildfires, but and start reducing the cost of electricity in California, which is the highest in the nation.
Well, first of all, on the fires, you got to rewrite the Obama forestation regulations so we can, cut down their trees and thin the forests out, make them healthier. I think when you're building a house within the forest area, I think you'd have different code requirements because you're in a dangerous area, and if the winds come up, it's kind of hard to stop. So I think those homes need a little bit more protection than somebody in the flatlands per se. And what was your other question?
And again, this is affecting and probably some of the reasons why we have the highest electricity costs in the nation. But that's another thing to make California competitive, not only in the United States but the world economy. We need to come up with a plan to reduce costs of electricity in California, which are the highest in the nation. And one of my big champions, and we've gotten rid of it mostly, but my solution is we need to get back to rebuilding nuclear power plants all across California to give us a safe 24/7, 365, and cheap, reliable source of electricity.
And emission-free electricity.
Yes, no greenhouse gases.
You're right. California is in a real tough position electricity-wise because California cannot generate enough of its own electricity. Last year, California needed to import 29% of its electrical needs from other states. Now, and the good news is there was no brownouts because we imported it. The bad news is that's expensive electricity. And you're right, households are paying 50% more than national average. Businesses are paying double the national average. And now, take a look at the future. We're shutting down Diablo Canyon, the last nuclear plant in California, and Mayor Garcetti, is shutting down 3 gas power plants. When those 4 power generating facilities come down, there is absolutely no plans to replace that with in-state generation.
Yes.
Which means we'll be importing more if the other states can make it for us and paying more. So electricity rates are going to go sky high. Electricity might be like fuel. It might be like gas up your car, light the lights on your house. But, it's going to get worse. And like I say, they want to go 100% electricity, 100% renewable, but we can't do it here. They don't have the land to do all these wind farms or, solar panel facilities. And then it's only intermittent. If the sun's not shining and the wind's not blowing, you got nothing.
Yes, it is, and we're it's absolutely incredulous what's going on out there on that. Give us your final thoughts on what's going on, or anything you want to bring out on this whole subject to wrap it up.
Well, we cover most of the stuff in the booklet I just wrote. It's Energy Made Easy. It's trying to help citizens become energy literate. It's available on Amazon.com. It's got a lot of reviews, and they've all been 5-star reviews. They're well received. But yeah, Energy Made Easy on Amazon.com. In fact, if you read the book, I'll interview you.
That might be pretty dicey on that, because on that. But no, I think we're all, or all of us, are hitting on the same page on this whole thing. And hopefully one day in California we'll start to figure this stuff out, because Lord knows we really need to do both things: lower the price of electricity in California substantially, and get to where we are maintaining our forests, so the power lines and anything else are not starting these big massive fires that have caused massive life and property destruction across California for decades here.
Right. Well, California is a net importer. We're importing electricity, and as you know, we're importing crude oil. We're the only state in America that imports most of our oil from foreign countries.
Yes.
And it's costing us, you ready for this? It's costing us $60 million a day.
Wow.
Sending to oil-rich foreign countries for their oil. And that's all because of state decision.
Yes.
We know we're sitting on the largest oil reserves known to be in America.
Thank you.
California.
Why don't they want to drill for oil here, though? There's got to be a reason.
Yeah, answer that, Ron.
Well, they want to get the oil industry out of California.
Why would they want to do that?
They say.
Well, they bought into the the Green New Deal. Everything's going to run on electricity, but one thing about electricity, it doesn't support the airlines, it doesn't support the military, it doesn't support the cruise ships, it doesn't support the merchant ships, and California, we're becoming a national security risk for America because there's $50 billion a month of products coming in and out of the ports. And
Right.
you're not going to do that with electricity by itself. And then the other thing, we want to get rid of, fossil fuels. Well, the one thing nobody talks about is there's like 6,000 products that come out of the fossil fuel market. And, from asphalt, cosmetics, medications, you name it. Teslas are made with fossil fuel products.
Right.
And they're just oblivious. They just think electricity is going to run the world. And I don't know. Well, you can fly your electric plane to London, I guess.
Yes. What really fascinated me was the all the Teslas up there in Silicon Valley that were sitting while all these blackouts were going on. And if you know what, if you don't have electrical power, those electrical cars or electrical airplanes that will fly you to London are not going
They
anywhere.
have electrical airplanes?
I think that was a joke.
Oh.
If I could fly one or two people.
I was like, damn.
You
I'm
could have
really
you could have
like-
probably convinced Stephanie
You
that there
definitely
was
could have.
yes that there are
That's the
electrical
sad thing.
airplanes.
Well,
Yeah,
whenever you're
for sure.
you're flying, just take a step back and look at how big those darn planes are. When you're on a cruise ship, it's nice they got water slides and zip lines, but it's a hotel, huge hotel. Those cruise ships are using 80,000 gallons of fuel a day. It's nice they're big, but it takes a lot of energy to move them.
Yes.
Yeah.
That doesn't run on electricity. So, like I said, electricity has its place, but it's limited. The people have had their, homes cut off from power. A lot of people don't have a landline anymore. They just have a cell phone. Well, if you can't charge your cell phone, then you're really disconnected from the world.
I have a
And
landline just
you-
in case.
Can't even call 911.
Right there, and it is, and you mentioned you have one, I have one, but yeah, ever increasingly, I think it's getting down to it's getting close to half the population now does not even have landlines anymore. They're all relying on cell phones, and even
Exactly.
to that,
Yeah.
but even that, your landline still runs off electricity too anyway. So I mean, it's
That's
a
true.
catch-22 if you're gonna, no electricity in that, and as we keep stacking all this stuff else on. To the electrical grid, this fallacy of doing electric power is going to power the whole world with it. At the lifestyle we have come accustomed to at this point is pure fallacy from my standpoint.
Well, the basis is the fact that, crude oil, a barrel of crude oil, half of it is used to make fuels, aviation fuel, diesel, and gasoline. The other half makes all the products that are the basis of our life. Take a look at your office, take a look at your house, and name something that was not made with oil. And if we get rid of the oil industry, we're going back to the pioneer days.
Yes, that's what I
That
said.
might be interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see how nuts the world goes in about
Yes.
an hour.
Well, you want to see depopulation? That will do it.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
we have built a world that can support $7 billion on energy, and most of it by fossil fuels of doing that, and thinking you're going to get rid of them or doing that, or even in the and then when something like nuclear power comes along that has a lot of potential to do this, we're trying to run away from it when we should be embracing it and actually expanding it.
California's running away from it. There's 450 nuclear plants around the world, and there's, I think, 50 currently under construction. So the world is probably going more nuclear. In fact, even Japan, when they had the big disaster after the tsunami, they're reactivating the nuclear plants.
Yes, and that was an old plant that should have been closed down.
But weren't they all freaking out that I was gonna like?
Yes. Yeah.
Implode
The
or
whole
something?
Pacific Ocean, all the fish were going to die. There was
That
gonna
never
be-
happened.
No, there's still fish, and the Pacific Ocean survived just fine. All the nattering bombs of negativism that comes out that let's say a in ocean oil well goes off, like they had the one in Texas, and everybody said, oh, everything's gonna die. Blah, blah, blah. Well, they capped it off. 6 months later, Mother Nature cleared. Because what? Oil is what? A natural product. So Mother Nature knows how to dissipate that. Even if you do have a oil pumping station that blows up or something in that, and you see that, Mother Nature takes care of things because it knows a heck of a lot more than we know about how all this stuff works.
Yeah,
I
the world's
agree.
been around 4.5 billion years, and it's man's been on Earth. If you put the world on a 24-hour clock, man's been on around less than 2 minutes
Yes.
out of the 4.5 billion years. So, yeah, and we're going to destroy the world. It's been, when you're out in the ocean, that's a big ocean.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's pretty impressive when you take a look at the size of that ocean. And so anyhow, like I say, Energy Made Easy. It'll bring you, provide some energy literacy to you. You can also look up my name on LinkedIn because all my op-ed articles, and there are hundreds of them, I post them all on LinkedIn so you can, read about other energy subjects. And hopefully we'll try and provide some energy literacy to the public, and so they can speak up. And if you like the officials that are running our government, keep voting them in. If you don't, well, vote somebody else in.
There you go.
And what's your LinkedIn username so I can put it in the comment section?
What's that?
What's your LinkedIn username so I can add it to our comment section so people can find you on there?
Well, just go on LinkedIn and just look up Ronald Stein.
Okay.
And it should pop me up.
You got it. Plug that book one more time, and we'll.
Energy Made Easy. It's on Amazon.com, and one click, and you would have it the next day.
You got it. Thanks for being on, Ron. We'll have you on to
Okay.
update this story because it's one of the most important, and we really need to turn around. Not only in California, we need California to turn around in energy like the rest of the nation has, where we've become a net energy exporter in the United States. Thanks for being on, Ron.
Thanks, Ron.
Okay, have a great day.
You
okay.
got
You
it.
too.
Take care.
That was interesting.
That was.
We have an expert on that. What did he say? He agreed with me.
I don't know. I wasn't. What? We had someone on? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but no. Did you catch out like all the stuff that is made with oil, like cosmetics and everything else? That half of the barrel of oil of that is just not made for gasoline, fuel.
What
JP
cosmetics are made with oil?
All of them, practically. There's petroleum products in plastic. I mean, it takes fossil fuel to make metal. You have to heat the steel up to 3,000 degrees, molten metal, cast it into the stuff, make the machines to do that. Fossil fuels are, and that's what he's talking about. Half of the barrel of oil goes to making all these other products that you see, not just providing gasoline or diesel or JP1 for your airplanes. And it's the same thing like that. We have had an insane policy of managing our forests, and like I said, the eco freaks that are out there that claim they're environmentalists and would not let the utility companies and the government in filing lawsuits and doing this, and we passed the greenhouse gas and AB 32 and all this stuff that prevented that. And Jerry Brown actually vetoed the legislation once where they were going to let the utility companies clean all this stuff up. And voila, here you are in this. Now here we are in a big mess all across the board. So again, like Ron said, if you want to have massive destruction of life, you want to pay the highest electricity prices in the nation, if you want to make California non-competitive all across the board, if eventually you want your cell phones and stuff and phones and everything else to go dead, keep voting in the same politicians you've done. Because they're the ones that are doing it. And I mean, that's what was the great, and we talked about, I think, on Monday, when Trump put out those tweets on that, about saying, hey, California, we're not bailing you out anymore.
Teresa writes in, I'm worried about all these foods that have been recalled. Now it's chicken. They recalled chicken?
What happened with the chicken?
What
No.
happened with the chicken, Teresa? You
Yes.
should call in and tell us.
Yes, call in. Yes.
951
242 5397. Yeah,
That's
tell us
what I was
about
gonna
the
say.
chicken.
5397 and make Lucy answer the phone and see if she
Yes,
remembers how to do it.
that. So I'm going to move back. I'm going to move back over to the producer station.
You're leaving me. me.
I'm abandoning you. Of that.
I mean, dang it. Get out of here.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Kicking me out as I'm going on the other side. So as I'm trying to entangle my.
Or anyone else, feel free and call in
Yes.
and talk about how close Christmas is, because I'm panicking.
Yeah.
All
There
the
you
Christmas
go.
stuff is already out. I haven't even started. I have no money.
Here we go. So we're back on the back over
You should
here
do the
on,
little screen so you guys are in
on
it.
the engineering. So you want to see us? So you want to see? I'm back over here on the engineering side. Grab the camera.
Lucy, Teresa says hi.
There you go. So
She said it a while ago, but
yes. So, yeah, just slide over just a second so I have a little more room here to work over here on the side. So yeah, we have some do that. So we're going to go through a little bit of the few of the stories that were on that are on IEN. So we're pulling them up right now. Oh yes, I was just before I came into the show. I mean, I'm cruising down Indian, and I found two incidents that were going on across the board here on that. So as I cue these guys up and do that, the first one is there was a big police presence sitting on Indian. We're gonna roll that here in a minute. So this is what you do. You have it set up. I'm gonna explain it to our intern engineer in here. So I've got it set up on that. I'm getting ready to go. I'm going to tune up the volume. I'm going to hit play. Indian Street. There's a big police presence. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 patrol officer cars out here, maybe 10. Lots of police officers. One gentleman's up against the car. There's another one. Another person looks like she is talking to an officer. Looks like there might be a traffic accident coming on here or something. Yes, there appears to be one car with a at least there with a dented door in it. Looks like it's been hit. There is a massive response by police officers out here to this accident scene, or what appears to be an accident scene coming on. So something very serious must have happened out here, or something to give this big a police response out here. So if you see that or see what's going on. So there you go. We're on that. That was the second thing. The other one was I was coming down the street on that.
was that off Heacock? Someone wrote
No,
in and
that's
asked-
no, that's the other one. My dad called in just before we came on the show. Somebody's got a report on what's going on. Yeah, I guess they had another big police presence here on Heacock at the freeway of that, and they had it all blocked off. No, this was about 3 o'clock yesterday. So yeah, if somebody's out there, or if they can write in on comments what's going on, or if they know anything's going on. Yeah, that situation just broke about 4:30. I guess they had a big harangue. Everything's at that. I mean, there's just been activity going on all over the place in Moreno Valley today. It's been hopping like mad. So
Yeah, but it usually seems to pick up as we get closer to the holidays, doesn't it?
yes, it does. I mean, I don't know. We've just been going through a crazy news cycle across the board on here of that. I mean, the news has just been incredible all week. We're going to cover the plane crash today.
What plane crash?
Yeah. Well, there was a plane that crashed in Upland. A small plane crashed into a home. We have that story.
That happened today?
Yes, that happened today. We had the gunman at San Jacinto College on that, and I mean, it's just been like every day here lately. The past week or so, there's just been hundreds and hordes of stuff going on. But so yeah, if anybody's got an update on what's going on out at Heacock and that on the 60 freeway, was it what the whole situation is on there? Give us a ring. Write it in on the comments. Give us a ring at 951-242-5397.
242-5397. Get off my job, Roy.
Well, last time you handed it to me, so I didn't know
I know
if
because
you
I
were.
forgot the number.
Yeah, so did you write it down this time?
I
Or
have it in the comments.
oh, you have it in the
I
comments.
did.
So yeah.
And
Hey.
Eddie George writes in, "What's up, Roy and Steph? Hey, Eddie, thanks for tuning in."
There you go. Did we got that? Yes, of everybody checking everything out on that. Uh, Here's another one that's going up on the old uh on the setup. Let me see if I can scroll it back down. The next one that was about 3 o'clock on there was a palm tree was on fire. Right there at just by Indian and Alessandro was that, and the fire department got there to put it out fairly quickly. So let's see if I can figure out how to do this. So we're gonna hit 4. Boom. Start the video. Indian, just a little bit up in the shopping center of Palm Tree, it looks like. Area is on fire. Fire crews are just right here putting it out on that. We just rolled in on that as we're going. Yeah, you can see the palm tree up there. It's still
Wow.
smoldering a little bit. So he's working on it. He's trying to get enough water up there to put out the fire, as you see him doing that live here on IE NEWSWIRE as we're going. Again, we're on Indian, just north of Alessandro. Exactly. As fire crews are putting out the fire of a palm tree in the shopping center. Right here, you got Mel's check cashing. You got the U-Haul trucks out here. What do they call it? Moreno Valley Town Plaza, 1400 block of Indian is where we're at, as the fire crews are trying to put out the smoldering palm tree that's here. Unfortunately, there's not many people in the parking lot. It's still smoking a little bit. He hit it with some water. We're gonna hit it again to see if they can put it out. As you're going, you're seeing them live as they're trying to put out the fire here in Moreno Valley. On that of a palm tree at the at this little strip mall shopping center here on the 1400 block of Indian, just a little bit south. I think they said north before. It's just south of Alessandro on that, as you're seeing. So there you go. There's another one that I went from this one like about 3 o'clock. I did that video. Then I went down the block. I mean, literally down the block, and there's the one with the police presence out there on that. So, like I said, on the you're just like boom, boom, just right there of all these incidents that are happening. For anything else. So, like I say, it's just been it's been one crazy, hectic week of what's going on out there on the.
You're magical, man.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, yeah, that's and I sure would appreciate anybody calling in for a report on what's going on out there on at Heacock and the 60 freeway to see what's popping on that. So as we queue up the next one, here you go. You asked or you inquired about what we were doing. Here's the story. About 11 o'clock on Thursday, the fire department, public safety personnel responded to the 1200 block on Overland Court and Upland, where a small plane crashed into a home, and you can see the picture of it right now on IE NEWSWIRE of that. And fortunately, there were 3 people in the house, including a baby. They all got out safely.
Oh, good.
But the pilot and the only known person on the plane was the pilot, and unfortunately, he's deceased in the crash. But yeah, that was can you imagine something? One day you're merrily cruising around your house, Stephanie, and then all of a sudden an airplane crashes into it.
That would be terrifying.
And it was
like you wouldn't even be able to, even if you heard it coming, you wouldn't be able to prepare because obviously you can't see it. That would be so freaking scary.
Yes, and that was
what would you do? That's just like you can't do anything.
Yeah, that's
how do you? Dang, that camera! No. Go to the further out one. I hate this one. Okay. Look, everyone can see my grays. At least this one they can't see my zits and grays. Jerk.
If you don't say anything about it, probably nobody will even. Yeah, nobody's gonna. Yeah, nobody's noticing that.
I don't care.
I can tell you're not you know, being on camera like that, you've got to get used to.
The close-ups?
Yes.
No. I don't have to get used to nothing, Roy. I
Uh,
don't like the close-ups. There's just like
doing it-
two in my space.
there you go.
It's like when you're in this like the store line and that person behind you is like breathing on your neck. Drives me insane. It's like the same thing. Anyways, moving on.
Moving on, here's the next story coming up. As we just broke it, or the story just broke before we were on yesterday, but they had an update. 1 dead, 2 injured in a Paris alleyway shooting in Paris, California. This is on NEWSWIRE on Wednesday. Deputies responded to a shooting on the 200 block of East 7th Street. They found 3 adult males in an alleyway with gunshot wounds. 2 were transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The third victim was declared deceased at the scene. Deputies and Sheriff's Central Homicide Unit detained several individuals at the scene, but no arrests have been reported in a Sheriff's Department press release. The investigation is ongoing, and we will post updates when we get them. So, several people were sitting there, the cops were interviewing. Sounds like, and this is a very possibility, sounds like something nefarious was going on, and nobody's talking. What do you say? As we get silence, I'll at least get you to say something when I do
Wow.
this.
Well, I do the plus side of having a huge
But
phone.
no, that's what usually when you have this and something like that.
That's how everything goes. I don't feel like stuff like that happens and there's not like a motive behind it. I mean,
Yes, when the
it's-
cops show up and there's they're interviewing and a bunch of people are standing around seeing that there's 1 dead, 2 shot in there, and nobody's saying nothing, just kind of makes you go,
Exactly.
what is the rest of the story going on?
But I mean, why they're doing investigations too? I mean, they can't really release a whole lot of stuff either.
Yeah, well, that's why I say the
You
the police, obviously they didn't have enough evidence to, or a suspect in that, and for that. But we'll post any updates and hope they catch the perpetrators or they find out what's going on in this situation, because it just does not, look, it just has the appearance that some funny business
Right.
is going on.
Teresa writes in, missing man from Menifee, helicopters are flying. Moreno Valley Matters writes in, shooting at 3:30 p.m. Thursday, 11/7. Get that dang camera off me. Shooting was reported at Hemlock and Heacock. 1 adult male was shot and suffering non-life injuries. The suspect is still at large. Please avoid the area for the next couple of hours while the investigation continues. This is from Riverside County Sheriff's Department, PIO.
There you go. So yeah, there was a shoot. So now there's another shooting on that. How could we have 3 incidents going on? Like,
but that's always typical how when this stuff goes down, that one happens, the other, I mean, whoever's on the other side of it probably gets wind of it and then goes after the other side of it. I mean, isn't that just kind of how it always goes?
well,
I
yeah.
feel like
I
when
mean,
there's one shooting, 3 or 4 more follow. I mean,
Yes.
I feel like that's always expected.
yeah. I mean, like I say, it's just absolutely incredible what's going on across the board on that. For that, because we're again, it's like we're just in this bizarro time warp here around this area where things are breaking one in a 4 across the board like that. So you see, like I'm scrolling up. Oh yes, here's another one that's going on. So here we go. Theft of utilities and illegal weed grow discovered in Lake Elsinore. I mean, how this seems like it's almost a daily posting of around this area or in the Anns area or something. They're posting every day on that. And again, houses are not built to do this, as you're seeing the picture. The electrical grids are not able to handle that. They're stealing utilities, which, as we said, all of us wind up paying for the utilities that they're stealing on that. So You know what? I applaud the sheriff's department for busting these illegal weed grows in houses. They're putting communities in danger on that. We've had them catch on fire because of the bad electricity and stuff. They're actually cause. You want to talk about causing environmental damage on this stuff? That that stuff is all the pesticides and stuff and everything that are going on, and Lord knows how and when they're doing the honey butane ones, and we have explosions and property damage of that. What if something again like the plane crash, which is just an accident that happens? What if one of these honey labs is growing next door to your house blows up and catches your house on fire? You're not going to be the happiest camper on the deal. So that's another thing
Why are you calling it a honey lab?
no, if I'm saying, for example, what if a honey lab, blows up, or what if they're doing that, blows up, catches your house on fire in the meantime of that, and you're not going to be cheerleading that. So please, it's legal in California. You can grow 6 plants in your house. They're grow the stuff legally in the places where it's supposed to be grown, either indoors in industrial areas where the electrical grid can handle this, or outdoors in that where all the proper procedures are taking place, and I'm fine with it.
Well, I'm so glad you approve. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. But, okay. Business idea, Roy.
Yes.
Buy a huge, production facility and then rent out spaces to people. Why don't they do something like that? And then you can grow up to 6 plants, and you pay like a storage unit facility. But
Well, you don't have to do that. You can grow 6 plants in your home.
well, I'm just saying
You can grow up to 6.
I'm throwing that business idea
Well, no,
out there for everybody. It's not patented yet.
again, yeah, as long as your municipality approves that kind of stuff, and Merino Valley has. Merino Valley's actually pretty as far as most of the states going. But what they really need to do, and one of the big mistakes the governments are doing, is trying to tax it right off the beginning. They should be dropping the taxes on the legal market so the legal market gets established, because you'll never eliminate the black market if the legal weed is much more expensive than the black market weed. The legal market will never establish. So that's why there's a 2-part process to that. I applaud the sheriff's department and the state of California and everybody, because this has been, they've had a big push on doing this, of going after the illegal weed grows, not only around here but all across the state. But the state and our municipalities need to lower the taxes, make it, as you're talking about. You have a great idea. Make it friendly where you can do that, where we know it's grown legally.
Exactly.
Everybody's and everybody can go along and live their merrily happy lives like they want to on that. We got a wrap up or a update on the gunman at Mount San Jacinto College on NEWSWIRE. San Jacinto man charged with terrorist threats at a San Jacinto school. San Jacinto. Wednesday morning, deputies responded to Mount San Jacinto campus in reference to a man with a gun. Witnesses reported a male, later identified as San Jacinto resident Gregory Abajan, 26, where he entered the cafeteria on campus, banished a handgun, and threatened to shoot nearby students. He then left for campus without being shot. The campus was put on lockdown for several hours while law enforcement ensured the school was safe. Aberjan was located at the L.A. International Airport and detained by local authorities. Aberjan will be booked into a local jail for terrorist threats and brandishing a firearm. So it looks like that situation is under control. They found that. As we reported yesterday, he was in there, but we didn't have the details of he actually walked into the cafeteria of the college and made, threatened to start shooting on there. That's what prompted that whole situation that went on yesterday, where we had, and we were updating it. Him at iNews was updating, and we had Eddie George, who was on top of the coverage live all across that yesterday on that. So that's the whole enchilada on there. So yeah, we know now more of the details of what actually happened there on that. So I think San Jacinto's school district, Mount San Jacinto College, and everything, we're back to normal today, and everybody is back to normal programming.
I wouldn't say we're back to normal, but maybe. Define normal.
Define normal. Definitely not with me on that.
Very true. Your mom middle named you, so you did something to upset her.
What's that?
I said your mom middle named you, so you did something to upset her. Hey, when mom drops
Yes,
middle name,
you know that.
You messed up somewhere.
Yes, you know you're in deep blanking trouble
Yeah.
when the middle name gets dropped
And
by
Teresa
mom.
writes in, couldn't drive down that street. Thank goodness they were out there. And thank you again for all the police department and
Yes.
fire departments for all that you've been doing. You guys have been tested a lot lately.
Yes, that's what I
Especially
say.
the last
They've been
couple days.
yes, they've
Jeez.
been very busy all across
been.
the deal on that. So here we go. Here's a fun story. Tonight
Yay!
starts the 3-day Oval Nationals. USAC CRA sprint cars all through third tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday are going to. It commences at Saturday with the $25,000 win to main event
Wow.
out there at Paris Auto Speedway.
How much?
25 grand to win the 30 lap main
Like
event.
20, not 2,500, like 25,000.
25K. $100,000 purse over the next 3 days will be paid out at the Budweiser Oval Nationals at Paris
I want a
Auto
car.
Well,
I want to win some money.
there's one sitting in the shop
Can I borrow
about
it?
50 feet away, sitting there. And that's starting tonight. But the big thing that's going on, you're seated up on the screen. Oval Nationals pit party returns Friday. What?
What?
There we go. As
Get out of here. This Friday?
yes.
No way.
Paris Auto Speedway and USAC are bringing back the pit party bigger and better than ever as part of the festivities for the 24th annual Budweiser Oval Nationals. As soon as the night's racing event concludes on Friday, November 8th, which is tomorrow, all racers, crews, and fans are welcome to come down and join in and cut loose for Racin's a Beach. The beach-themed event will feature music from the Federales, serving up their style of 80s and 90s rock and blues classic, plus the cornhole and
What?
yes,
And beer pong?
plus cornhole and beer pong, among other activities. The event is sponsored by John and Tammy McCarthy of Flow Dynamics, which we are all going to bow down to the altar of John and Tammy McCarthy of Flow Dynamics for sponsoring this and bringing it back on that. More importantly, Ricky Gaunt, the 1999 Ovals National Champion, will bring out his famous Tiki Bar.
What's that?
And if you've never experienced the Tiki Bar, you have never lived until you've been at Paris Auto Speedway and been by Ricky Gaunt's famous Tiki Bar. More than 40 drivers are entered for the Oval Nationals, featuring USAC, AMSOIL, National Sprint Car, and San Chevrolet Southwest Sprint Car Series. Among them are former race winners Bud Kading in 2001, 02, and 07. Damian the Demon Gardner won it in 09, 11, and 16. Chris Wyndham, 2010, plus two-time defending USAC National Champion Kevin Thomas Jr. in 2017-18. He's won the last two. So, yeah, it's a battle from the West Coast guys to the East Coast national guys all across the board. Again, $100,000 will be paid out over the next 3 days, commencing with $25,000 to the winner of the 30-lap USAC CRA sprint car race on that, but probably even more importantly, the big party after the races Friday night will be absolutely awesome.
What time does that start?
Are you up to the challenge?
I want to see what this Tiki Bar is all about.
After the race, after Friday night's festivities of that, then it really gets cooking at
Let me check
Parasauto
my
Speedway.
calendar.
Parasauto Speedway will probably be cooking all from the time the sun sets till probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It will
Wow.
be racing and one big party out there.
I can't hang
So
that
everybody,
late, but
everybody that's out there that wants to enjoy a good time,
that sounds a lot of fun. That's at Parasauto Speedway?
would
The
Friday.
one that's like right down the street?
Yes.
No
At the
way.
Lake Paris Fairgrounds.
That's so
2 miles
close.
east
It's
on
like
the
in
ro-
our backyard.
Yes, 2 miles east of the 215 freeway on Ramona Expressway on that. So if you want to have a good time all weekend, attend tonight, Friday night, and Saturday night. There'll be racing, concerts, partying going on all through the deal. So that's a big deal coming out to our area on that. You say there's nothing going on in the IE. I beg to differ. There's lots to going on the IE. Just you need to find it.
Yep. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It is. The Friday night.
Beer pong, I mean, and cornhole.
There you go.
That's just like all I needed to hear right there. No, that's a lot of fun though.
Yeah, it is. So all that will be out.
So are we going?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes. The wouldn't miss that for the world of that. I think Friday night's a deal. I mean, they they haven't had that in about. I think they haven't brought the pit party and the tiki bar and all that up. That's been a kind of. I think that just kind of went away for the last couple of years. So again, that's really exciting that they're bringing back just more than the racing, that you can actually go out there and have. You can make a whole big day of it. So, and you didn't even know this was all going on,
I
did
didn't.
you?
Well, that's why I tune into IE Newswire and come and sit in 3 days a week, 4 sometimes, so I can find out what's happening.
For that, you get the close-up camera shot.
Speaking of, while you're there, do you know what today is that you didn't even remember? I'm not hurt. I'm just disappointed. Do you know
Of what?
what today is?
I know today, and it is no. Let me pull it up, see if I can pull it up here. I think I know what you're talking about on there. I'm gonna roll the video.
But if I
back.
had to bring it up, it doesn't count.
No, I didn't know what it is. Here you go. We're going to do that on. Here's a very short video, but this is the 1-year anniversary.
You knew.
Yes, I did.
Sucker.
Well, I posted it.
Oh, did you? I knew that.
There's a, and I mean, you're the one that came up with it, but the name Goldfish Brain
Did you really post it?
suits you. Yeah, it's on my timeline. It's
Not that. Why do I care about that?
Here we go. We're gonna see that. No, did you know that this was 1 year we've been on Facebook friends with our training producer in here, learning how all the stuff works. The very famous Lucy Sanchez.
I wasn't talking about that. But happy 1 year on the Facebook friends stuff.
There you go. So what else? What did I miss?
The 1 year that I've been here with you, jerk. Anyways.
Where did that come up? I know I missed. No, I did.
Whatever.
I'll have to take the. I'll have to take the punishment for that. No, I didn't.
Mhm.
Has it been 1 year since you've been on the show?
Yep.
Really?
Today.
Today is that?
I know,
can
was
tell
like,
right
crap,
now.
did he
I'm.
really
I am
post
in
it?
super humongous trouble.
No, you're not. You're not.
Yes, I am.
No. Because really, it was the 1 year that it was when it was all three of us with me, you, and Deborah.
Yeah,
when
that
were
was the day
covering
we
the
did. Was
politics.
that the day we did the
But
election
this was
show?
the first day. No. This was the first day that it was just me and you in here for Women's Wednesday.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay.
But now it's Thursday because it's a different year.
So you're confusing. 'Cause, yeah,
But-
I thought we did this.
I
was
mean,
the
it's just
first
1
time-
year of me and you doing a show together.
Oh, okay, I
so,
get. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I thought. It was earlier than that. but
Whatever, Roy.
That you were on. I
Anyways.
thought we had you on earlier than that. That's why it was kind of.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut up now before
Stop
I.
talking.
Yes, before I dig.
Anyways.
The first rule of holes is when you're in.
But you know
one,
what? I thought
stop
I was.
digging.
No, really. I did stumble across this while we were doing this actual show right today. But
That's
I
why I'm
thought-
not
I just
in
thought
a-
it was strange that I came in today when normally it's not my day, but it's our happy 1 year, baby bro.
Well, there you go. Happy 1 year anniversary that we did
Jeez.
our first show together here on IE Newswire, and it's kind of coincidental that the first and we've been 1 year friends with Lucy on the same day.
I know, isn't that like?
And
Small world.
we're all here in studio 1 year later.
I know.
What about the karma on that one?
There's karma coming with that. What's coming? Oh, I'm scared. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Seriously?
See, this is what's neat about running the board on this side of the
so
deal.
great.
And that's what they say. You never
Never
want
get
to
all
tee.
caught up.
You never want when you're doing a show and when you're hosting a show. You never want to tee off the producer because they're the ones controlling.
I'm the one that's supposed to be mad at you. You didn't even know it was our 1 year.
Neither. Well,
Hey,
you just
hey, I
confessed
could've-
you didn't
I could
either.
have played that off and
You
why did I
you
admit to
stumbled
that?
across it too. So, but no, and it's been fun, and hopefully it gets bigger and better as we build this whole thing up all across the board. Because I got to say this: in the year you've been on the air, you've really improved a lot over the air, getting it done and doing that. Learning the ropes, even though you still just kind of cringe when the producer does that on the
I don't know what you're talking
on
about.
the
I had
deal
an
with
itch.
that. But no, you'll get used to it on that of all the stuff. But no, you do a fabulous job in here, and
Thanks,
really,
baby bro.
I really appreciate all the effort
Aw,
you,
you're so sweet. You're gonna make me cry.
you and everybody does of that. Jesse, when you're producing over here, well, it's been about it's got to be about a year that he started too, somewhere.
Yeah,
in
it was
here.
all the same.
Yeah,
same time.
in that. So yeah, it's all bit in that, and it's been.
I can't believe it's already been a year.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
Let's not say that. But
Well, I did. You can't take it back. What's been heard cannot be unheard.
we need to have a party.
Yes.
Hey, tomorrow. Well,
Well,
Let's go play beer
tomorrow
pong
the part.
and
Yeah,
go to the
tomorrow's
tiki
the
bar.
big party going on out there
we'll just utilize that and pretend like it's for
on
us.
that. So you got this all dialed in, Lucy?
That was a yes.
Well, you want to do something? We'll do well, yeah, you kind of get in the moment of doing all this stuff. Yeah, for when I was. Let me see if I can. Let's do. Oh, this is what. This is just
Uh-oh.
for Stephanie.
Oh,
So
crap.
okay. So let me go. Let me go back. I'm gonna run the. Let me just do it like that. So this is at Black Friday.
Ah, yes.
Was typically isn't that? I'm gonna ask the shopping expert.
Please do.
Isn't typically Black Friday the Friday after Thanksgiving?
That's what it used to be. Yes.
Yes.
Now that's
Well,
no longer.
yeah, we're
Black
blowing.
Friday now starts the day after
We're
Halloween.
blowing that out of
November
the weeds.
1st.
So let me roll over on the side so you can do no because that just yeah I'm gonna
Are you giving me some? What's going on?
no, so just it typically is on that. So this is how you set it up. So you're on this one. So we're going to talk about see where the Target deal is up here.
Oh, I love
So click
Target.
on that one. Take your deal and click on that one. So yeah, we're continuing to talk on that.
We're talking about Target. Don't let me
starting
hang
on
in
that.
too long.
So yes, now Black Friday is going to no. I want. Well, you think you can handle it? Okay, I'll do that. Ooh,
let
we're
me
going to do
try.
that. So we're
She's
going to
got
do
some
that. So I'm going
sass.
to move over to the other side, and we're going to see if
Oh,
our.
fix the camera. Fix the camera right over there.
Oh, which one?
That same one. Yep. Stop.
Oh, see. So hand me
She's
my.
on
Where's the
Here's all your shenanigans.
my stuff on here as we roll back up on the.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back to the
I liked it
show.
better while I was
Now we're
alone,
back
but
in.
whatever.
Well, after 1 year being on this for the first year of, we sat here 1 year ago and did this exact same thing.
We didn't talk about Black Friday, but
But yeah, no, we
this
didn't
is
talk
way
about.
better.
But yeah, this we're talking on that. So that's what the setup is. And as I asked the shopping expert, what's typically Black Friday was the big shopping day that
It
kicked
was.
off the Christmas. It kicks off the Christmas shopping season. The stores open. What it like?
5 in the morning.
Yeah, 5 in the morning. There were people lined up at most.
In their tents
Yes.
outside for like 2 days
Because
before to
what-
get that awesome deal on the TV.
Yeah, whatever. They would have a $400 laptop computer, and they would have 20 or 100 of them that they were selling for $10 or whatever. And people were camping, which I never understand that mentality. You spent
I mean, I got it. But
you spend
whatever.
2 days sitting there waiting to save $100 or something of that.
No, you'd save more than that.
Of that. Well, it'd have to be six figures for me to do that. But I digress of that. So we're going to do the story on that. So see if you can roll it up. Black Friday, the preview is going to start now.
Ahead of the holidays, announcing its Holly deals this weekend. The Black Friday preview sale will run tomorrow and Saturday. The retailer says the sale will offer 4 times more deals than it did last year. The retailer will also begin its Black Friday sales on Thanksgiving Day. Stores will open at 5 a.m. on Turkey Day and will stay open until 1 a.m. And then on Black Friday, November 29th, Target will reopen at 7 a.m.
So there you go. It
I don't
starts
want to
tomorrow.
burst your bubble, but this is kind of like it happens every year like that.
They have a preview sale?
Really, Lucy?
That's your BFF is doing that to you.
She's not my BFF. Oh, there we go. Anyways, yeah, that's always right now too at Target. If you buy 2 video games or board games, you get the third one free. But also,
How did I know you would have this story
No.
down pat?
yeah, I got you, my shoppers. This is why I'm panicking because I'm normally on top of all this stuff. Target always comes out like the November 1st. They're already coming out with their sales, and like each week they do something different. So this week's like games. Next week might be books and movies. The following week will be like Fisher Price toys. But if you go to this little app called Crazy Coupon Lady, she tells you all the ways to save. And you get to pick your stores too. Like I have Target, Aldi, Amazon, Bath and Body Works, Best Buy, Dollar Tree. And she tells you all these cool ways to like save so much money and get the best deals for all your little elves for this Halloween, or not Halloween, holiday coming up. See, I'm still stuck on Halloween. I don't know why we're already talking about Christmas. I'm so not freaking ready for it. But look at all this great stuff. Black Friday prices. You can get UR Beats 3 earphones only at Target for $37.99, and she tells you how to do it with the Target coupons and her own coupons and other coupons and coupons on top of coupons. It's great. Anyways, that's all I got on that. I love shopping.
I knew you'd roll with that one. So
Love it.
So yes, the whole thing. Look, I didn't even know they were. I thought this was
That
some
means I'm
new.
into everything.
I thought this was some new phenomena where I barely knew what Black Friday was. I mean, the only reason I knew about it was or that sticks in my head is because I'm looking at all those crazy, insane people that are, like you say, are camping out in front of the store for 2 days and.
They don't do that anymore. I think because there was so much like violence that happened.
Yeah, I know people were
few
getting into
years
fight
back?
like the
Oh,
chicken,
yeah,
like
they
the
were
Popeyes chicken
insane.
sandwich thing that's going on now, where people are killing each other. and
What
getting
is
in
up with
fights.
that?
I
It's
don't.
a freaking chicken sandwich.
Yes, why
Like,
would
why?
why would you? Why would you?
If you can't get it from Popeyes, just go to KFC.
Yes, there is no reason to get in a fight over a chicken sandwich. I don't care how. And again, like I said yesterday, I mean, I love food probably as much as anybody, but I'm not going to get into if somebody else is in that big of a hurry or wants a chicken sandwich or something like that. Go ahead. That's I'm not. My life is not going to be ruined over not getting a chicken sandwich one day. I mean, so you got to go. So you get the last one today. They'll make some more tomorrow or whatever. It's not it's not the end of the world and something like.
Exactly.
Again, like I say, I don't understand the mentality of peeps that are fighting over that kind of stuff. Of that, but who knows of that. So you did pretty good, except you just got to go down to the right corner on that, to make it full screen when you're doing the video. But you did very excellent job on your
Good
first
job,
for the
Lucy.
first time on out. You got at least you got it to play. You got the video right, and see how easy. Once you do it, see how easy it is to. It's really not that complicated. That it's just kind of. It's just.
You hear all those?
Yeah, here we go. As you can hear, there's more
Yeah,
sirens
kinda
coming.
sirens
I don't know
going
what it is. We're one in one. I don't go into that stuff of all the the space and all that karma and all that stuff. But I mean, there is something going on because like I said, this week it just seems like all the crazies are out, and I mean, just stuff is happening. It's just been a crazy news story week. I'm saying like past since Friday. It just seems like one after the. Like you say,
See, but you know what? I'm as happy as a clam because I don't pay attention to all that stuff. I'm paying attention to my Target app. Boom! See right there? It says Black Friday ads. And I was right. Buy two, get one free on all video games, board games, movies, activities, kits, music, books, and more.
The shopping expert.
Now I'm getting pumped for Christmas. And they have $25 off Baby Alive doll and accessories. But I don't have any girls, so I don't have anyone to buy that for. Yes. Dolls scare me. Screw those things. Anyways, what do you want for Christmas? I might be going shopping tonight.
Wow. That.
I'm not going to buy you anything. I just wanted to know what you wanted. Just saying.
Well, so I don't have to bother wasting my time telling you what I would want.
Really, what would you want for Christmas, though? Your mom's watching. She might want to get you something.
I doubt that.
What does your mom want for Christmas? Maybe we'll get her something.
Who knows? The whole thing of it is.
I'm trying here.
No, that's the whole gamut of that. I walk into the store, I'm looking for the item I wanted, and I want to get in, get out, and get done. I have no,
we should do like a Christmas special, though, like the hottest toys, the funniest gifts. That'd be fun. I'll throw something together.
Yes, that would be a great idea of that coming up with all. Since
it really is like right now. I'm seriously.
Well, no,
maybe
you should put together.
Gosh,
maybe like you
only
did with
7 Saturdays till Christmas, and
Yes.
Walmart when you walk in it has a countdown. I want to knock that cardboard box down.
So what do you feel like that's putting undue pressure on the professional shopper over here?
I'm panicking, but you know what? Because I have to get that deal. Like my son wanted this Hot Wheels set. One year it was like $100 for this little garage. Like he's gonna play with it twice probably, and we'll be done with it. No way can I spend that much money, but he really, really wanted it, and I got it for like 40-something bucks. I was so excited.
You were probably more excited than he was.
I was more excited about the deal than I was about the
that's
toy.
what I say. You were probably more excited at that than
But
he
you
was.
gotta catch the deals. That's how you make it all happen. Oh yeah, Thanksgiving is coming up too. When's that?
That's the day before Black Friday.
Yeah. But no, now they don't even do Black Friday on Friday. Black Friday happens on Thanksgiving. Most stores open at like 4 or 5 on Thanksgiving Day now.
No,
and then they close again at like midnight or 1 to restock, and then reopen again at like 3. But by that time, you already missed all the great deals because it's just thrashed. And I am guilty for shopping on Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, the reason or the secondary besides that, I detest what they call shopping or whatever. That just is like totally out of my DNA. But and the secondary reason why I would not sit in the line or care about Black Friday, because on Thanksgiving, and here
he goes with the touchy story. I love these things. Go.
If you were in the racing community, like what's going on in Paris, the racing season basically ends in Southern California on Thanksgiving Day at the Battis Bull Ring on the West Coast at Ventura. That's a night, and it will probably be, I think this year is the 80th running of the Turkey Night Midget Grand Prix on Thanksgiving Day. The tradition that's went back many years, the 100 lap, now it's the 98 lap midget race in honor of J.C. Agajanian, who was the promoter that really moved that race and got it going. Now his sons, J.C., Carrie and Chris, are carrying on the tradition. But I mean, that's the racers' Thanksgiving Day. You go down there. You have racing all night. You have the USAC 360 sprint cars. Will probably be last year. There was over 100 cars in the pits at Ventura on Thanksgiving. That for the Turkey Night Grand Prix. So that's by the time that's all over, Friday is like a rest day for most of us in the racing community because we've been out. When not only we have Thanksgiving dinner at the track before the race, but then watching all the racing and doing that and all that. It's that. But there's no better picturesque short track I think in the country than Ventura Fairgrounds because I mean, from the back of the pits, you're about with a good arm you can throw a rock into the ocean because I mean you walk out the back pits across the street and you're right on the Pacific Ocean of that.
Cool.
So it's absolutely probably one of the.
So that's how you're spending your Thanksgiving?
That's it every year.
Every year you're there?
Pretty much.
Not with your family?
Well, usually.
Hey, that's fine. I'm just.
Usually duck in. Well, usually duck in a little bit of that, but yeah, by.
So you won't be at Target on.
No, that's the secondary reason why I will not be at Target or camped out in front of Walmart or shopping on that on Friday, because.
Well, you're just not living then. But really, all the deals are before Thanksgiving. I mean, all the pro shoppers know that. Before Black Friday is when you really get good deals. Or Cyber Monday. That's real, too. But I don't like Amazon, and they kind of really took over that, so. Anyways.
So you're an Amazon hater?
I've always been.
Really?
He's trying to take over the freaking world. And I'm not falling for it, buddy.
I can see. I can just see by the look on your face.
I'm so serious.
So we finally found something on
I've
the
always said that.
on the political spectrum that you're passionate
No,
about.
that's not political.
Yes, it is. You don't want him
just
to
a
take over the
money-hungry
world. Yes.
Person, and I'm trying to use not bad words right now. I just don't like him. I feel like he doesn't. Well, he probably gives back somewhat, but no. I support Google. Go Google. What? Don't point your nose finger thing to me right now, buddy.
No, that's it. It's an interesting way. Well, what's it? Why are you cheerleading Google and you're not?
I love Google.
Why?
I don't know. I think they have a great products, and I don't know.
What products do they have?
Their phones, their Google Homes. They have the Google Cars. They have the maps. They have all kinds of stuff.
But the only thing I've ever seen is their search engine.
They have that too. They have a great calendar. I don't know. I just like Google. But I mean, search engines. You have Google. You have Internet Explorer. You have Fox, maybe, or Firefox or something. But isn't that like an Apple
Those are
thing?
browsers, not search engines.
What the hell is the difference? Let's just stick with the Target and the shopping. I had that covered.
Yes, you're veering off the highway. What's the saying? Stay in your lane.
No, I never do.
Yes, I see that. Yes, you're veering off the off ramp. That you're. No, a lot of people, and that's what. Remember we talked about. What was it? Blackout Monday. Staying off the devices. A lot. What is it? A lot of people say go to the search engine DuckDuck. That because they don't store your information or that or try to drift you to buy stuff of that. And a lot of people's complaints about Google or the search engines and stuff is, and they've done some studies on that and stuff where they're driving you to the ads or something, and they wind up getting. Not saying they wind up getting more people to buy more stuff than they normally wouldn't by the way they do that. And like I say, I'm totally foreign to that world because I never click on the ads of doing that. People say like on all these social media things, I never get any of these ads because I never click on them. People say, well, they say, well, what about all this? Heck, it's like it's all news to me because I never click. If you never use any of that stuff, you don't get bothered by it. So.
That's why I don't use Amazon. Doesn't even faze me. Anyway.
I did. I tried it. And I agree.
And you know what? They're trickery. You go for the free shipping, and you're buying that product because you know it's free shipping, and then you go and you realize you were charged $8.79 for frickin' shipping because you didn't click that down box that says I want free shipping after you already bought the product that says it's free shipping.
No, I did that. I did
Pisses
it.
me off.
I did a test of that I bought, because obviously they got that what one lot, Amazon's got their own delivery system, da 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 da, and I wanted to test it out. So I did it on 3 times just to do a test, and they got the package delivered to the door once in the right, like it to
Right.
the door. The other time it was down at the 3 houses down at the neighbor street, and the other one it was on the next door neighbors. The package was inside the foliage. They had like ice plant and something out there. It was in the foliage underneath where the mailbox area was in. So 2 out of the 3 times, you either had to dig or find or go look for the product, which took you probably a day or two to figure out where the darn thing was after they said they delivered it, which they did. They didn't deliver it to you. They did, they did that. So I kind of agree with that, and I do agree with you on that. I don't like the whole, or it just doesn't suit me, the whole online or doing that, because when
Right. And I want to see what I'm getting.
yeah, exactly. Like going into the hardware store or something today, which I was looking for some for some part. I want to go in there, look at, oh well, maybe this is it. But you can't touch or feel or know what that that, or look or say, okay, I've got this part in, or well, maybe this one will work, or maybe we can adapt. Hey, we got this adapters that will make this one work. Yada yada
Right.
yada. That's not saying that you can't, but to me, in my world, it's very difficult to do that online.
I know, I
And
think a couple times my mom would order like, she would think like a table or like something, and it would come and it's like for a dollhouse.
yeah, so
It's tricky.
yes, it is, and again, that's and to me, just my natural distrust, like what you're talking about, is it just is that more plain and simple of that. And then once you've clicked on it, of doing it, and that, and I mean, I don't know, maybe it is, or I mean, you can testify. You're probably more aware of that than me. But usually, okay, you go into the hardware store, you buy your products. They total it up and say $52.27, and or you can look on the screen as it's going in total up, and well, maybe I didn't get the discount on that or whatever. Da da da. Well, maybe. Well, let's look and da 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 da. And before you pay for it, you're right there looking at it and da 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 da. Like where you're saying where you're doing this. It's very easy to me. I could see the deception, and I've suffered it a couple times, a few times that I bought stuff online like that. Like you say, well, once you click on it, they're going, well, free shipping, and once you click on it, and you see it's $12.95 now for shipping. Well, how did that happen? Well,
Because you didn't click that free shipping.
yes,
I don't need the free shipping. If you want the free shipping.
right. So,
It pisses me off.
right.
And I've heard so many horror stories about people that work for that company that it's just, I don't know. But hey, they have great stuff. If you ever need to find anything weird and wacky, that's like the go-to place. I, however, like to support our local businesses and refuse to shop Amazon, but that's just me.
Thank you. And again, I think it's very important that you do, support your local areas.
Exactly.
I would hate to. I mean, I would. I mean, I would hate to see the brick and mortar, the stores,
Exactly.
everything go away, and where everything is like all on this, electronic stuff. Because I think again, I just like in everything. I just see that's another aspect where we're losing that connection. And I don't think it's a.
Teresa writes in, she loves Amazon, but whatever. Speaking of local stores that we like to promote and support, today is a very special somebody's birthday. Do you remember?
The ice
We're-
cream shop.
Yes. Very good. Happy birthday to...
Uh-oh.
You had it yesterday.
I
We
know.
practiced,
I
Roy.
had it.
Happy birthday, Maribel.
Hey,
We love you.
I was
at-
going to say,
What's her store name?
Cosmic Ice Cream.
Cosmic.
Handcrafted ice cream.
We, all of us here at...
IEN Newswire love.
Wish you a very happy birthday,
Yes.
and we love your product. Right,
Yes.
Lucy?
Yes.
And I especially love the natural ice creams they got over there. They're absolutely fabulous.
Yes. They are. And their cucumber water, which she always gives us. when
Yes,
we come
that
here.
cucumber water is great.
It is. I know my kids filled out her birthday card because, of course, they had to buy her practically all of Walmart yesterday. And Liam writes on there, "We love your ice cream." It was all about their ice cream. But they love her, too, I think. I don't know.
What do they love more? They love her. They love the ice cream more.
I'm not going to answer that. Let's not talk about it, okay? If I could spell birthday right.
Yes, so happy birthday, Maribel.
We love you. We wish you the best birthday ever.
That's it.
What
You
else we got?
That's it. You got anything else?
No, happy 1 year, baby bro.
Happy 1 year we've done that. Hope there's many more years to
How have I stuck around for 1 year?
I don't know. That's pretty amazing.
What the hell's wrong with me?
So what is today? What else is today?
I don't know. I'm busy typing. You got to look up national days. I'm typing.
No, what is this day every week?
I don't know what. Oh, Thirsty Thursday. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes!
Oh, okay. I got it right. What did I win?
You win a trip to Thirsty Thursday. Of that.
All right.
It is. It's Thirsty Thursday every
I know.
Thursday.
I introduced you to that.
Yes. So,
Happy Thirsty Thursday. I don't get where we're going with this.
well, no, we're going to do Thursday. Isn't it? What should you do on Thirsty Thursday?
You drink coffee?
That's what.
I'm just
If that's
kidding.
what you're thirsty for, drink coffee on Thirsty Thursday.
You're distracting me.
Yes, I am.
Okay, there. Now I got it up. Anyways, yes. That's what happens. Well, we didn't get tacos on Taco Tuesday. What the hell?
Well, we'll have to correct that.
Yeah, clearly.
So should we call the show? Well, Tuesdays I've been calling it Taco Tuesday. Should we call the show IU Newswire with Stephanie and Roy on Thirsty Thursday?
If you want to, can we get in trouble for that?
No. Why would we get in trouble for that?
I don't know. Now we're going to look like
It's easy.
alcoholics. They like to eat tacos
It's easy.
that dislike Amazon, but
My-
love Target.
My string is it's easier to ask for forgiveness and permission.
Sometimes. How did that work out for you? Never mind. Anyways, Teresa says she's watching dishes and still listening to you guys. LOL. We love you, Teresa. Thanks for always supporting us. With that being said, happy birthday, Maribel. We love you. I think this concludes our Thirsty Thursday because now I'm thirsty. And like we always say,
Hey, we're gone.
Damn, I'm good. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
So you got to roll up and yeah, you got to click off. Yeah,
Bye,
hit
Teresa, we
broadcast,
love
and then you
you.
got to click off the two. Yeah,
everyone
just
else,
hit
thanks
the
for watching.
clicks. Boom, and go do it again.